Hi everyone! Allow me to introduce myself first. I am Justine Erich Dirimolyo, the leader of the group, and these are my groupmates.
Good day everyone, I am Sheen F. Rolano from BSMLS 1F.
Hi, I am Angel Ella E. Sahulga.
I am Lady Diane P. Segovia.
I'm Angelica Perez Somalino, and we are from BSMLS 1F Group 4.
In this video, we are going to show you our caricatures that symbolizes some issues that are still relevant here in our country, the Philippines. So, this is our first caricature entitled Tag Truth, Silencing the Media. Attacks on activists, unionists, and journalists, incidents of red tagging by the authorities and government supporters and pro-government media continued. In this caricature, it depicts journalists and TV reporters being red tagged today. It highlights the phenomenon where these individuals are unfairly labeled or associated with communist or subversive activities by authorities or certain groups. This labeling often leads to threats, harassments, or even violence against them. In our caricature right here, it symbolizes the dangers faced by the journalists and reporters who strive to uphold their duty of reporting the truth and holding power to account. Red tagging not only undermines their credibility but also puts their safety and well-being at risk. These individuals play a crucial role in society by advocating for human rights, workers' rights, and freedom of the press. This dangerous tactic not only puts the lives of activists, unionists, and journalists at risk but also undermines their credibility and legitimacy in the eyes of the public.
The government's use of red tagging has been widely criticized by human rights organizations and activists for its violation of freedom of speech and expression.
It refers to the act of labeling individuals or groups as communist, terrorists, or enemies to the state without any concrete evidence to support these claims.
Philippines has a long story of political corruption and human rights abuses, which have created a climate of impunity for those who wish to suppress opposition. Reporters who expose corruption or human rights abuses often find themselves facing harassment, threats, and even physical violence.
By silencing these voices of dissent, the government is able to maintain its grip on power without facing meaningful opposition.
It is crucial for society to recognize the importance of protecting these voices that speak out against injustice and corruption.
And now, before we continue, we are going to show you some clips about red tagging happening in the Philippines.
That's usually simply saying that Cristina Palabay is a member of the communist
as
group.
early as 28, our mga mukha namin, syempre na-shock, natakot talaga kami.
It said that I have a 1 million bounty on my head. I must admit, I was really scared for my security and my family.
Red tagging is a relic of the Cold War that the Philippine government uses to try to vanquish the 52-year-old communist insurgency.
This is just unfortunate part of our job as a journalist, and because of this red tagging, I can see that I may be on the right track. Because why would they be so panic-stricken to silence me?
Red tagging goes far beyond mere hateful rhetoric.
Someone called me up, called me a slut, called me a whore, many other bad stuff. And then he told me that I may end up getting raped aside from being killed.
I feel threatened, hindi ako umuwi ng bahay. Nasa office lang ako, doon ako nakikiligo,
So as you can see in that clips, it is clearly shown how these individuals are being threatened by red tagging.
We must condemn these attacks on activists, unionists, and journalists and demand that those responsible be held accountable for their actions.
It's imperative that we stand in solidarity with those who are fighting for justice and accountability in the Philippines.
It is essential for the government to take action to protect these individuals and ensure that they can continue their important work without fear of reprisal.
and that individuals are given a fair chance to defend themselves against these accusations. It is time for the Philippines to put an end to these attacks and uphold the rights of those who fight for a better future for all.
So now that we are done with the first caricature, let's move on to our second caricature entitled Bloodlines and Bias, Nepotism's Reach in the Philippines.
In our caricature, this depicts nepotism in the Philippines today that sheds light on the persistent issue of favoritism based on family connections or relationships, particularly in politics, business, and other sectors. As you can see in the caricature, there is a big spoon, and there are exaggerated depictions of relatives or family members occupying prominent positions, or what we call it in Bisaya, dool sa luwag. Under the big spoon is the other applicant, hoping that she, too, can secure a spot for that job or opportunity, but she is being sidelined. The symbolism of our caricature not only underscores the prevalence of nepotism, but also reflects its deeply entrenched nature within Philippine society. This phenomenon extends beyond individual instances and highlights systemic issues within various sectors. The exaggerated portrayals of family members in positions of power serve as a stark reminder of how nepotism perpetuates a cycle of privilege and exclusion. Meanwhile, the hopeful applicant underneath the big spoon represents the countless qualified individuals who face unfair obstacles in their pursuit of opportunities due to nepotism's influence. Through such illustrations, we aim to spark conversations and foster awareness about the urgent need to address and combat nepotism for the betterment of our society as a whole.
I guess some of you doesn't know the word nepotism. So if you're curious, let us explain what nepotism means.
Nepotism is when people in positions of power or authority favor their relatives or close friends when making decisions, especially regarding employments or promotions. Instead of considering qualifications or merit, they prioritize personal relationships. This practice can lead to unfair advantages for those connected to influential individuals, while more qualified candidates are overlooked. Essentially, it's like giving special treatment to family members or friends, even if they're not the most deserving. Nepotism undermines the principle of fairness and meritocracy, corroding the foundation of just and equitable societies. By privileging personal connections over qualifications, it fosters a culture of entitlement and mediocrity, where advancement is based on who you know rather than what you can contribute. This erosion of merit-based decision-making not only breeds resentment and disillusionment among those overlooked, but also diminishes organizational effectiveness and innovation. Moreover, it perpetuates social inequality by reinforcing existing power structures and excluding marginalized groups who lack familial or social connection to the ruling elite. In essence, nepotism not only distorts the fabric of institution, but also erodes public trust and confidence in governance and leadership.
A recent example of nepotism happened last January 19, 2024. A commissioner of a Commission on Higher Education, CHED, was ordered dismissed to nepotism. In a statement on January 17, CHED said the Office of the Ombudsman found Commissioner Jo Mark Libre guilty of nepotism and grave misconduct.
Reporters reached out to the Ombudsman for the resolution, but a copy of the said document has yet been provided as of writing. Nepotism not only hinders social mobility, but also perpetuates inequality, as illustrated by this caricature and the real-life case of Commissioner Libre.
The real-life case of Commissioner Joe Mark Libris serves as a stark reminder of the damaging effects of nepotism in the Philippines. As highlighted in the caricature and reflected in recent events, nepotism not only obstructs the path of deserving individuals but also reinforces inequality and undermines the integrity of institutions. It is imperative for society to address the eradicate nepotism to ensure fairness, transparency, and equal opportunities for all.
The case of Commissioner Joe Mark Libris' dismissal serves as a poignant example of the tangible repercussions of nepotism within governmental institutions. Beyond mere allegations, the Office of Ombudsman findings underscore the serious ramification of nepotistic practice on public trust and accountability. However, the lack of transparency surrounding the resolution further underscores the challenges in addressing and combating nepotism effectively.
Another recent example of nepotism in the Philippines occurred within the Philippine National Police. In January 2023, Brigadier General de Bolsinas, the then chief of the PNP, appointed his son Lieutenant Franz Sinas as the deputy commander of the PNP Aviation Security Group. This appointment sparked controversy and accusation of nepotism, as Lieutenant Sinas lost significant experience in aviation security compared to other qualified candidates. Critics argued that his appointment was based solely on his familial ties rather than merit, raising concerns about fairness and transparency within the PNP's promotion and appointment processes. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the challenges posed by nepotism within Philippine institutions and the need for greater accountability and integrity in decision-making processes.
In conclusion, the case of Lieutenant Francina's appointment within the Philippine National Police serve as the poignant illustration of the insidious nature of nepotism in the Philippine society. These incidents highlight how personal connection can often take precedence over qualification and merit, undermining the principle of fairness and transparency within institutional processes. Moreover, it underscores the importance of holding individuals in position of authority accountable for their action and ensuring that decision-making processes are guided by integrity rather than personal interest. Addressing the nepotism requires a concrete effort from both governmental bodies and civil society to foster the culture of meritocracy and equal opportunity for all. Only through such collective action can Philippines move towards more just and equitable society.
The prevalence of nepotism not only perpetuates inequality but also corrodes public trust in the integrity of institutions and erode the social fabric of the nation. When positions of power are occupied by individuals based on familial connections rather than merit, it fosters a sense of disillusionment among the populace and undermines confidence in the fairness of the system. Moreover, nepotism stifles innovation and progress by depriving talented individuals of the opportunity to contribute their skills and expertise to societal advancement. Therefore, it is incumbent upon both government bodies and civil society to implement robust measures to combat nepotism, promote transparency in decision-making processes, and uphold the principles of meritocracy. Only through concerted efforts to root out nepotistic practices can the Philippines pave the way for a more equitable and prosperous future for all its citizens. That's it! We hope that you understand the meaning behind our caricatures. Thank you for watching, guys. We are the Group 4 once again, and we are now signing off.